I suppose the problem is that it appears anyway. It appears on the face of it to be impossible for a biological organism to have life after death. That is, for it to die and decay and be consumed by worms and so on, and yet continue existing in a conscious state in the next world. That at least seems on the face of it to be impossible. So if you and I are biological organisms, it seems that when we die, we cease to exist, and that's the end of us. And in fact, it seems that it's not just that organisms do not have life after death, but that it's impossible for this to happen. So if it's even possible for us to have life after death, then it might seem that we couldn't be organisms. So it must either be possible for us to be organisms, in which case, I suppose if it's possible for us to be organisms, then we are, and then that's impossible to have life after death, or else the other way around. Yes. Whether it's possible for a biological organism to have life after death might depend on how life after death is actually accomplished. I mean, as Van Inwagen argues very ingeniously, it's possible, I suppose, for an omnipotent being to snatch you away at the moment of death and carry you off physically and bodily to the next world, and reviving you on the way so that you don't arrive dead, and putting some sort of counterfeit corpse in your place, so that the appearance to the rest of us is that you die and decay and return to the earth. That's perfectly possible, though it may be, I suppose, it might go against your theological convictions. For example, it implies that there has to be a continuous space-time path between here and the next world, wherever that is, even though something or other prevents us from getting there by helicopter or train or taxi or any other means. And of course, it also implies that God is engaged in systematic deception, because he's arranged things so that it appears to everyone, and we can't help but think that human beings die and then decay and return to the soil. And you might wonder why the higher powers would want to deceive us in this way.
So an account that may give us metaphysical possibility, but is so wildly implausible, perhaps, or inconsistent with what people would want to think, that it's not a very interesting account, perhaps. Or...
I think it is very interesting, actually. I mean, I don't know whether it's wildly implausible. I mean, it's no more wildly implausible than the doctrine that there's a theistic God. Even those who accept it would have to admit that that's a very strange view. Okay. Actually, it's very far from how things appear. So, I mean, if you want to be a Christian, you have to believe all sorts of very strange things, and this is no more strange than a lot of things that Christians are committed to.